my name is Angela from Minnesota Regenerative Institute, and I have Heidi here. She's worked with us since the beginning of September and has gone on our weight loss journey and program in general. So she's here to share her story. And first off, how did you hear about us?
An ad on the radio station.
Nice. Is there anything in that ad that made you be like, I'm going to call them? Or wait, is there anything that you heard?
I think it was the guaranteed inches less program.
Nice. And you're like, I want to be guaranteed something. That works. Awesome. And what did you think during the consult coming in? Is there anything that we said that made you decide that this was the program for you, that was right for you?
Well, I think I had decided I needed to do something because my weight kept inching up and I wasn't real big on dieting or that sort of thing. So I needed to do something and I needed some help along the way.
Yeah, more of that lifestyle, like changing long-term rather than a temporary solution. Got you. What were you feeling like before you came in that you needed to feel like that was a big change that was needed in your life?
I just didn't like that I was getting close to 160 pounds. And, you know, for some people, they're like, oh, that's not a big deal. But for somebody my size, it's getting to be heavy and it's not healthy.
Right. And we just went over those numbers. Honestly, when you were in those ranges, you were in those high-risk ranges for lifestyle diseases that we were talking about, like the diabetes and the heart disease. So everybody's shapes differently, but to have those risk diseases and ailments to stare at or look at is a little scary regardless, for sure. So ready for a change there. What did you think about the program when it started? Was there anything that you're like, oh, this is pretty easy? Any challenges that you had?
Well, my biggest challenge was starving because I thought about all the food I had at home in my cupboards and in my refrigerator that I had bought that was not going to get used, or, you know, I wouldn't be able to eat it, or, you know, had to get rid of it. So I think starting was the hardest thing, but once I got going on, you know, kind of following what you were supposed to eat and what not to eat, it wasn't that hard because I did kind of eat those things, just not in the same
There's a little bit more guidance on finding that. Awesome. And how do you feel now that you met your goal? You know, you're at your goal now, and if you want, you can share. It's totally up to you. If you don't want to, that's totally fine too. But so you're at your goal now, completely changed all your other aspects that we look at, such as BMI and your body fat percentage and your water and hydration level. How do you feel now versus before?
I feel great. I have energy most of the time. And I'm just happy that I've been able to keep it off. You know, we haven't seen each other, done a weigh-in since January. I made it through the holidays. I made it through a trip.
Yeah.
You know, gained a little bit of weight, but still was able to, you know, make the right selections and, you know, find things to eat. So it
didn't gain and stay on you. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Fell off right away pretty much as soon as you came back.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, if you met somebody or knew somebody that was struggling with weight the same way as you were, or just health in general, what would you say to them?
I would say, you know, the hardest thing to do is start, but once you get going, it's not that difficult. But you have to
have to commit to yourself. Yeah, and I do hear that quite often. They're like, the hardest thing was just getting started and making that decision, because that is just committing to yourself can be scary. But glad that you did it. I mean, I definitely see the big change in you for sure. Anything else that you want to add about your story or tell anybody? All right, sounds good. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. If you want to hear anything more, you can definitely give us a call at Minnesota Regenerative Institute.